you've done the hardest part, which is leaving your country, coming into Canada. And from here, there's so many opportunities. You create your own opportunity. So the point is that we create our own destiny. And yes, the struggles will be there, but so will the blessings.
Hello and welcome to My Consultant interview series. She is a well-renowned author, filmmaker, entrepreneur, Hollywood TV personality, and an inspirational speaker. She is everything an immigrant would inspire to be. Born and raised in India, she was named among the top 25 Canadian immigrants of the year 2019. Today we have with us Devina Kaur. Devina, I welcome you to My Consultant interview series.
Thank you so much for having me, Tina. It's a pleasure.
I want to start by asking you, when did you immigrate to Canada and how has been your journey so far?
Believe it or not, I've actually been in Canada for 25 years. So I first moved to Canada in 1999 and I was a student. And like every immigrant, it's been a journey with ups and downs, lots of downs, a lot of ups as well. And 25 years later, I'm still in Canada and I still, like every immigrant, miss home, miss my family, miss the food, miss the culture, and and it's still wonderful to be in Canada.
You were given RBC Top 25 Canadian Immigrant Award. How did that make you feel? Were you expecting it?
Anytime there's an award or a recognition, there's a lot of gratitude and thankfulness, and sometimes even I can't believe I'm here, like receiving awards or recognition. But to come back to your question, was I expecting it? Absolutely not. There is the intention of doing good work, of running a nonprofit foundation, of perhaps writing books or speaking in public, but there is never an expectation. So always an intention, which creates manifestation. You manifest good things in your life. You can manifest anything you want in life. And from there, being grateful for every opportunity and every recognition. So thank you for that question, Tina.
You are an established author, filmmaker, and entrepreneur. Did you face any struggle while you were trying to make your name here in Canada?
A lot of struggles, like every immigrant or every entrepreneur. Often when we first come to Canada, we don't know what the next steps are going to be for us. We come from, many, many different backgrounds. We leave behind a solid foundation and we come and we are willing to start something new. And that's hard. It's not easy. But the thing is, the struggles are what make us. The struggles are there. I'll give you a story about somebody I recently met who was actually an asylum seeker from Turkey. And he moved to Canada. He first went to Mexico, then he crossed the border in the US. And then from the US, he lost his passport, or he had to give up his passport. And he moved to Canada. And there, he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm like, you've done the hardest part, which is leaving your country, coming into Canada. And from here, there's so many opportunities. You create your own opportunity. So this person that I'm talking about, he started working as a cleaner, and he did that for the first 6 months of his life. And from there, he now is running an Uber and making money for himself. But more than that, he is happy to be in Canada, leaving behind everything that his struggles were. So the point is that we create our own destiny. And yes, the struggles will be there, but so will the blessings.
Thank you so much for sharing such an encouraging story. My next question to you is, when we talk about immigrants in Canada, they have their own challenges. Sometimes they face cultural shock, homesickness, financial setback, communication gap. Sometimes they even face racism. In such a situation, it is very easy for them to give up. How would you encourage such immigrants?
See, when somebody's taking the decision to leave their home country and move abroad, let's say to a country like Canada, we are going to face challenges. We are going to face the unknown, and it is very, very scary. But the thing is, when we know who we are, when we know our values, when we know who we are as a person, when we know our passions, when we know our purpose, it gets easier to live a good life. So self-knowledge goes a long way, knowing who you are, knowing your passions, knowing your purpose, your values. And from there, every time you have a setback, which we will all have setbacks, including me, it is to say that I can do this. I can live a purposeful life. I want to be authentic. And what's very important is successful people are always very authentic. So knowing who you are, knowing what drives you, knowing whether it is what success means to you. Is it money? Is it mental health? Is it family? Or is it a combination of everything? So always remember your purpose, remember what drives you, remember what gives you mental peace, and from there say that I will get through this. I will face this challenge and overcome it in a very, very powerful way. Have a community, have friends who are like family, and if you have family, you're doubly blessed. So give gratitude for everything that you have, and from there, find more things to be thankful for.
There are so many immigrants from all over the world who are looking forward to establish their names in Canada just like yourself. What advice would you like to give them?
When I first came to Canada, I was a student and I worked as a babysitter. I made $50 a day and I spent 24 hours with this family taking care of their baby. And this always reminds me about the journey where I started from, right? $50 a day is nothing right now. Even back then it was nothing, 25 years ago. But the thing is that making $50 a day gave me so much confidence. It wasn't about the fact that I was babysitting or cleaning houses or driving an Uber. It was about the fact that I was adding value, I was contributing. And that's what it is. What is your contribution? And I'm sure we're all making contributions in some way or the other. Yes, it's true that, when we first moved to Canada, we're always asked, like, we cannot give you a job because you don't have the North American experience. I'm sure you've faced that too. But remember, today you are the one who's asking for a job. Tomorrow you are the one who's going to be employing people. Are you going to ask them the same question? I'm sorry, I cannot hire you because you don't have North American experience. So that's something to think about, that who you are today is not where you will be 1 year from now. Who you are today is not where you will be 5 years from now. And who you are today is definitely not who you are going to be 10 years from now. So remember that. Remember your values. Remember your culture. Remember who you are as a person, and give gratitude for every moment, for every opportunity. Create your own opportunities. Define your own success, and be grateful for all the blessings.
And what guidance would you like to give to those people who are looking forward to move to Canada or who have just arrived here?
So, congratulations for even thinking about moving to Canada. Congratulations for arriving into Canada. Your journey has just started. Yes, it is different. However, it's not impossible. I'm a good example of that. Are taking the first steps towards a brighter future. And keep your values, your family, your culture in your pocket, in your heart, but also be willing to adapt. Learn the language, learn the culture, experience new things, experience new jobs, go perhaps experience a different profession, hire professionals. Very important. When we work with professionals, life becomes a little bit easier. And I wish you all the best and all the success, and I'm sure you will do well.
Thank you so much, Devina, for your encouraging words and sharing your immigration journey and experience with us.
Thank you, Tina. True pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us today. To watch more such interview episodes, please tune into My Consultant interview series every 2 weeks on Tuesday, only on My Consultant YouTube channel. I am Tina Batra, and I'll see you soon.